Hi everyone, it's Wirgie 101, Stamp Out Your Art with Virginia. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. It's been on my mind for a little while whether to share these with the world or not, but I've been keeping what some people would call art journals for a long time. And whenever I want to look back on something that I've been playing with, some ideas that I might have jotted down, I go to these books. Now, I've got a lot more of these, but I thought I'd share you these two, because this is the very first one from the very first Stampin' Up live on stage that I went to. And I started this in 2014. So you can see here, Stampin' Up convention, and it was in Melbourne. And I've got all sorts of, a couple of blank pages, I might stick them together, but notes that I took, stamps that I played with, ideas, and as I've gone along, I've just kept adding to this book, excuse me, with many ideas of my crappy handwriting. Yeah, and remember this when the blendabilities first came out, and I was doing comparison colours and all sorts of things. And then I've got stuff in here of how I've made things. So you may remember my famous card in a box. So I've got my instructions in there, and a star gift box that I made. There's all kinds of things in here, even samples of work, pictures of how to do stuff, and I've just kept it going. And this was just an art journal that was left over from my son when he used to go to uni, and he was studying graphic design. Look at all this information. Look at that, more stuff, and some things that I wanted to keep a record of. Remember when we had my memories and we had the my digital studio? So I've got a list of what I still have from that software program. And it's a bit messy, this one. And also this is one of the swaps I did a few years ago, how to make gift card challenges that I took part in, and how to put together the samples that we did at OnStage. So there's the pictures and all sorts of things in here, and notes at the back. Carly Bertucci training webinar 2016, before I even became part of Kylie's team. That was my first one that I did. I was looking rather tatty. Then at OnStage 2016, we were given these fabulous books. So I started doing the same thing with this one. But this one, look at that. These are my memories. These are things that we were given. I was Bronze Elite back then. It was the South Pacific's 10th anniversary year. And this one, where was this held? I can't remember. The Sydney Hilton. And that was the one that I was given the opportunity to be a guest designer. And the beautiful girls there gave me a thank you card and a voucher to go shopping for the work that I did. So I've got all sorts of notes in here, samples of cards, instructions, copies of these are ones that I made at a team meeting of the old group that I used to be in. My information from OnStage 2017. So you see, I've kept this going. Even my hotel booking and maps, and these are pages out of the book that came with that OnStage local. Some of the samples I was given, some ideas and notes that I took down. Look at this one, OnStage Bronze Elite. Now where was this one? This was Sydney 2017, and some samples and swaps that I received. Aren't they beautiful? And then little ideas that I had, playing with stamp sets, how I did this, and the notes I did for, and believe it or not, that's a recipe for making bath salts. And things I've received from Kylie since I joined her team. So next month it'll be 1 year since I joined Kylie Bertucci's Crazy Crafters, and this was a thank you that she sent me. And you can see there's some ideas. I took some notes down of some gift bags I made from Sam Hammond, who's in the UK. When I dyed some ribbon with my re-inkers and my pens, and some more samples. This here, you will die. This is how I made my ink pad stand, custom made, but I no longer use that, but I kept the instructions. And of course, these are more instructions of how I've made things, desk calendars that I gave to people for Christmas, and information on this last on stage that local that I went to, and this was the 30th anniversary one, again in Melbourne, and they were some of the samples that we made. I've given those cards away now, so there's still a little bit more room in here to add more stuff. In the back I've got some ideas and page sketches, as you can see, but it's getting rather thick and cumbersome, but I'm going to keep this going because I absolutely love this one. I've used some of this old elasticated ribbon, so that's what I did with my OnStage journal from 2016. Hope you like that little insight into some of my world. Bye for now.